Hey there, it's Roslyn. So this morning I did a lot of wall sits and lunges and some squats. So my quads today are really sore. And I know that it's going to be worse tomorrow if I don't stretch throughout the day. So yes, of course I stretched right after my workout, but it's also important to do short amounts of stretching throughout the day. So that's why I'm dressed in regular clothes. I'm at work, but I can drop to the floor and do some stretches a couple of times during my work day. And that way I won't be so sore tomorrow. So we're going to start out with, you already know how to stand up and do a quad stretch. Put your hand on the wall, bring your heel into your glutes, but you can also do that on the ground. And I think it's actually more effective if you do it on the ground. So that's how we're going to do it today. So if you need support, then be somewhere where you're close to a wall. You probably don't even need that though. So your toes are popped up, and that will also help you be supported. And you can do it with your shoes on. You don't have to change your clothes. You don't have to pull out your yoga mat. Just find a place where you've got something soft under your knees so that it won't hurt. Then just pick up your foot, bring those knees together, and then you're gonna press that knee into the floor. And as soon as you start to press it down, you'll feel your quads start to stretch, and then bring that heel all the way in to your glute and roll that shoulder down and back. And then you can feel it right there. Oh yeah, that is good stuff. So hold that for 20 or 30 seconds. Just breathe into it and let it release. Let the rest of your body relax so that it can release. Then after you've done that, then we're gonna go into hero's pose. So bring that toe down. This is hero's pose, but I'm gonna actually have my legs apart just a little bit and then lean back. So just bring one hand back and then the other hand back. And in this position, also remember, roll those shoulders back so they're not up and close to your ears. And then the principle is kind of the same. You just press those knees into the ground. So I'm thinking of diagonally shoving my knees into the ground. And then, bam, now they're both stretching. So remember when you were 5 and you could lay your butt on the ground from here and put your feet out and then just lay all the way back? That's also a great quad stretch, but if you're not ready for that yet, that's fine. Start with hero's pose, and eventually you'll be able to go down further and further. But for now, just press those knees into the ground, keep those shoulders running back, and you're stretching both sides at the same time. Awesome. Okay, so from here we're going to go into runner's lunge. So in runner's lunge, now I've got opposite leg forward because this is the side that I'm stretching. Now, okay, runner's lunge itself is not a quad stretch, but that's okay because all the things I did this morning worked more than just my quads. So I'm just throwing this in. So in runner's lunge, I've got both hands on the inside of my leg. Then I'm just going to drop that knee on the outside. You can pull your foot off the ground just a little bit. Let that knee open. That feels really good. Then from there, bring that back up. Knee goes down. This hand plants like a kickstand. Foot comes up, and then reach behind your back and grab that foot. And you only have to move that leg an inch, just a teeny bit. So this is also a wonderful quad stretch, but you'll notice that it feels a little bit different than the other two positions that we did. So just breathe into that. Bring it in toward your glute, but you don't even have to touch your glute for it to be very, very effective. Ooh, that's good stuff. Then, so that's the third stretch. Then we're gonna go back to number 2, which is hero's pose. Hands back, and remember this stretches both sides. Shove those knees into the ground, roll those shoulders back. You don't have to go into a back bend here. This isn't about making your lower back turn into up dog. Just press those knees into the ground and you'll feel it. Then come back to a quad stretch, but this time we're going to do the other side. So we started with this one, now we're on this side. Knees are together. If you're wearing boots, then bring your boot all the way to your glute. Oh, that rhymes. Hold it there, press that knee into the ground. You don't feel it unless you start to really press that knee down. And if you're on a hard floor, then just use a towel or something to put underneath your knee so that it won't hurt. Oh, that feels really good. Then back to hero's pose. You don't have to hold these a super long time, 20 or 30 seconds total. But come back to it. Notice I'm coming back to the same stretch multiple times because that's way more effective. And then we'll go into runner's lunge again. This time for the other side. Start out with your legs straight. That feels so good. And then let that knee just open. So sometimes when I'm doing yoga, I have my hands, palms flat on the mat. But if my wrists are getting sore, then I do fists because then I can keep my wrists straight. And bring that foot back up. Back heel comes down. My hand is out here for a kickstand. Lift up your back foot, reach around, grab that foot. Oh my goodness, I didn't even have to pull it in. This side is really, really sore. And notice this position is way, way different than the other two ones that we did because your quads are 4 different muscles and you need to stretch them all. So if you're doing the same one exercise over and over after your workout, or sorry, same stretch over and over after your workout, you're not really hitting all of the muscles in that group. Okay, so we've done everything, and I always like to do butterfly stretch at the end because another thing that I tense up on leg days and every workout day is my neck. So butterfly stretch does stretch your inner thighs. It does a great job. So just grab those toes, pull them up just slightly, and then pull those knees down. But I always tighten my neck. So during the stretch, I drop my head to one side here and just let my shoulders relax. So I'm not trying to pull them down. I'm just letting them fall down. And then move that head over to the other side. And you'll notice as you do that, if you drop your head forward and just start to go back and forth from side to side, you'll notice there are places where you're really tight. So stop there and go, oh, okay, I guess I need to hang out in this spot for a few seconds and just breathe into that. Nice deep breaths, and see that didn't take very long at all. So get back to work and maybe come back again and do that same series later today. So definitely stretch right after your workout, but then wait for a few hours and then take a 5 or so minute break, stretch again, and maybe do that again at the end of the day. And I'll tell you what, you won't be as sore when you do your gym workout tomorrow. Have a good day, behave yourselves, and stretch.